What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and it has been a crazy few weeks for Star Wars. With the season finale of The Mandalorian, regardless about your thoughts on the overall show, so many Star Wars fans were elated and over the top excited to see Luke Skywalker back, even for a brief moment. Fast forward to the past few days, where so many fans are united once again against Lucasfilm for their treatment of Star Wars fans in the Pablo Hidalgo vs. Star Wars theory saga. And we've all heard about these rumors about a potential civil war brewing at Lucasfilm. Well, if there is a civil war with Jon Favreau and everyone that's allied with him on one side and Kathleen Kennedy and her loyalists on the other, Mark Hamill seems to have taken a side with his most recent social media post. Mark Hamill put this out. Sometimes the greatest gifts are the most unexpected and something you never realized until you wanted until it was given. Hashtag thank you John and Dave. And hashtag thank you John and Dave did get trending after Mark Hamill posted this. Thing has like 150,000 likes. Now, you guys have heard me talk about The Mandalorian. You know some of my problems with it. I really don't like the way a lot of this show has been written. I think they rely so much on all these other characters when I wish they would have kept the story a little bit more grounded, a little more focused, and not made the galaxy of Disney Star Wars seem so small. But you can't deny the reaction that people have had to it, specifically the reaction that people have had to Luke Skywalker. De-aging technology and all, Luke Skywalker absolutely put a fire under so many people who had felt like Star Wars was gone for them. That is what we saw happen with The Mandalorian. It was evidenced on the IMDb. I always say this wrong. IMDb. The Rescue. Look at the ratings on this. An episode that, to be honest with you, was not very good. I would have put it in the latter part of, the latter half of this season if I were to rank them all. A 9.9, one of the highest scored things on IMDb in its history. Any episode. You can go to the most respected movies, most respected episodes of television ever. 9.9 is right up there with all of them. So that is the impact that simply bringing back Luke Skywalker can have. And we have talked about this. The idea that there may be some kind of civil war brewing at Lucasfilm. I've said I'm a little skeptical of any rumors we really hear about, especially regarding Kathleen Kennedy, because so many of them in the past have not come true. But the more and more time goes by, the more and more you see a couple people speak out and what their thoughts are, the more and more you think that maybe this is true. Maybe there is something to this. Maybe there are a lot of people there that like what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing and want to go with that, while the people that are allied with Kathleen Kennedy may be thinking something different. I covered this rumor. Again, I talked about how skeptical I was of it, about these people that were going to go out and specifically derail any plans they had to save Luke Skywalker. But the bottom line is that more and more people, regardless of your thoughts on the overall quality of The Mandalorian, want to see a Star Wars headed in the direction that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are taking it. Because, one, they have more respect for fans. Even I, a big critic of Dave Filoni, can accept that. That is true. They do have more respect for fans, and I do think that they want to do something good for Star Wars, vice what we've seen from Kathleen Kennedy and the people in her camp. People in her camp, like Pablo Hidalgo. We've talked all about this. I'm not going to go too much into it, but we saw the result of this. A Lucasfilm executive, Pablo Hidalgo, seemingly going after Star Wars Theory, the biggest YouTuber around. Star Wars Theory went after him and was forced to give a semi-apology / clarification written by some PR person. We all know that that was the case. But what has that resulted in? That has resulted in so many people rallying around Star Wars Theory and say, it is time, Lucasfilm, that you addressed the state of your company. It is time that you addressed how you treat fans. Now, I don't think it should have taken this long for it to happen. It's been happening for years and years and years, but finally someone bit off more than they could chew. And you had an interesting message from someone at Lucasfilm, someone who works for Lucasfilm, about supporting people and how they felt about Luke Skywalker returning. Now, this is that Star Wars girl here. Thank you, Gina Carano. We love you. Awesome stream on Drunk 3PO's channel. Now, that's finishing up right now. I think it's still live. Star Wars Theory had to go, but Star Wars Theory was on with my man, Drunk 3PO, and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. They talked a lot about everything that happened, fandoms, all of that. Highly recommend you go subscribe to Drunk 3PO and check it out. But tomorrow, he has an interview coming out with Gina Carano. You can see him right here next to her on a Zoom call that was recorded. I wanted you guys to hear something that she said, because this is what so many people have just wanted from Lucasfilm. Again, regardless about your thoughts about the product itself, and I have a lot of complaints about The Mandalorian, specifically in story, continuity, lore, all of these things. But it's refreshing to finally hear someone from Lucasfilm say something like this, something that we have so desperately been wanting to hear.
People should 100% express their emotions, and I think that they need to express them more. And it's okay. It's 100% okay if somebody is like, hey, I didn't get it, or I didn't think that, or I didn't feel that. But I don't think that it's okay to ever tell somebody's, and this goes across the board. This goes towards everyone. So you can't just sit here and say, hey, like, your feelings don't count on this end, but then and then your feelings count on this end. You have to be, if you're a feelings person, if you're an empathetic person, you have to listen to all of them. So yeah, no, I 100% think that if you had feelings towards Luke Skywalker showing up and it being such the most amazing thing in the world, and it brought tears to your eyes like it did the rest of us, then just compound that off of being on set and the people that were on set. We felt the magic. We felt the inspiration. It came through on film. It came through our eyes. It came through our hearts. It came through everything. And if you felt that, then you're feeling the right thing. And if somebody else wasn't feeling like that, then they might have not been there or not felt it, but fine, okay.
So there you have it. Someone with common sense at Lucasfilm who's saying, listen, if you didn't like it, if you didn't feel it, I get that, and that's fine. But so many people did feel it, and it's okay to express your emotions one way or the other. That is the important part. It's okay to express yourself one way or the other about a product. And the simple respect from people at Lucasfilm for something like that is something that so many of us have been asking for. So I don't know if all these rumors are true about this civil war, about Kathleen Kennedy and her loyalists versus everyone else, this thing that we have been hearing rumors about for months. But I do know one thing. If that is true, it seems to be a lot of people aligning not with Kathleen Kennedy. Now, Mark Hamill, again, I don't agree with 99% of what Mark Hamill puts out on social media. I think he talks about a lot of politics that drives a lot of people away from him personally and his account. However, he's saying, he's the guy that said, I hated what Rian Johnson did with Luke in The Last Jedi. I absolutely despised it. He's saying, thank you, John and Dave, for what you guys are doing. Now, it does seem clear to me that that is the road we're headed down. I think that Favreau and Filoni are going to be tag teaming this thing for a long time. The vast majority of people really happy with that. Me, they have a lot to prove to me until they can really get my full trust and support and all of that stuff. I think you guys, if you watch a lot of my channel, you probably know that. But if there is this civil war, seems like there's a lot of people that won't be aligning with Kathleen Kennedy and a Pablo Hidalgo on that side of things. But I want to know what you think. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below about Mark Hamill coming out and saying this after being so critical of his portrayal for Rian Johnson in The Last Jedi. Him coming out and saying this about Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and what they allowed him to do for Luke Skywalker, and about Gina Carano's words about expressing yourself and feeling free to express yourself about what you see when you see the return of your hero, whether you liked it or not. Let me know. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.